What's up, you guys? Today I'm going to be showing you some very special new LEGO sets. Went ahead and ordered from LEGO the new The Batman series. Little minifigure sets here. I did not go ahead and get the super expensive Batcave one. That one is really cool, but it has like an $80 price point on it, so I wasn't able to go ahead and get that immediately, but maybe sometime in the future. Either way, we went ahead and we have the new Batmobile. Very, very cool, very slick looking set. The artwork and box design on these are absolutely top notch. If I was a wealthier person, I would totally be buying one to keep in the box and display it that way, and the ones for building, but just gonna go ahead and crack into these, show you guys the minifigures, put them together, and show you the final product at the end, so hope you enjoy. We've got one Robert Pattinson Batman. Such a cool figure. I love how pointy the helmet is on this particular Batman. And we also have one Penguin. He's got like a cool Lego rocket launcher type thing. Very, very cool. And both of them together. Some of the neatest minifigures that I have at the moment from LEGO here. Very cool. Alright, you guys, so I finally finished the brand new Batmobile from these new The Batman sets. This thing is really cool. It's a little bit smaller. Every time I get these new Batman LEGO sets, I think I've realized that they're just always a little bit smaller than I was expecting. This one is no exception to that. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Batman Tumbler from the Dark Knight series and the classic Adam West Batmobile that I have. Just to show you guys a little bit of a size comparison, but this thing is pretty cool. So let me move the minifigures out of the way here. I think we all can agree that the coolest and best features, of course, are the little blue flames coming out. We've all seen the trailer at this point. If you haven't, definitely go check that out. The flames are just way, way, way too cool on this thing. Coming out of the back here. I love the details on the back. The gauges are really cool. There's a lot of stacks as well on this thing. Just like really cool detail for like the engine and stuff like that. So if I had to talk about anything negative, I would just basically say that I'm really disappointed that the actual shell here to get him in and out, to get your Batman figure in and out of the Batmobile, it has no actual hinge to it or latch. Making it a little bit kind of like cheap feeling in comparison to the Tumbler and obviously the Adam West Batmobile. There is no hinge because it's an open-faced car, but in order to actually get him in there, you just basically just take this entire piece off. I don't like that at all. That, you know, I guess maybe there are parts in the movie where he's in it and the actual shell, or I guess you could say the screen here, comes off entirely. So perhaps that's why they did it that way. To me, it unfortunately feels a little bit like a design flaw, or perhaps that they rushed it in the design, because this movie has kind of been coming out for like 2 years now. They finally had their release date. So I think that that maybe makes it a little bit tougher on the LEGO design team to have come up with something, but all in all, it's a really cool looking set. I love the Batman minifigure. He's going to look really cool inside of there. Definitely love the Penguin too. It's just very different from the other sets as well. So let me go ahead and grab the Tumbler and the Batmobile just to show you guys some size comparisons. Alright, so here's the Tumbler. On this side, of course, it is pretty comparable in size, I think you could say. The Batmobile being maybe just a little bit smaller. Obviously, the Tumbler is a pretty dense vehicle, both in the movie and just in the LEGO set here. So you can see a little bit of size difference, but definitely keeping it well in line and pretty balanced with the other lines of LEGO vehicle toys for the Batman series. So I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, they're just going to look super slick together. Really, you know, stoked about that as well. I love the see-through little light pieces on here. I know there are some aftermarket LEGO bricks that actually light up. definitely going to look into that. You guys have heard me talk in the past about stickering on these things. My sticker job was, again, not perfect on the new Batmobile, but I do think that it looks good. It especially looks nice from afar. This one doesn't have quite as many like movable flaps and wings and stuff like that. And something else to keep in mind is just that this is a little bit more of a trimmed down, less techy vehicle. So I do think that's really cool. It's a lot more comparable to the Adam West vehicle. Let me go ahead and grab that one. All right, so now I've got the Adam West Batmobile here. We've got the new Batmobile, and we have the Tumbler on the far right here. Size-wise, again, these ones are pretty similar. They're almost exactly the same, I would say, which is really kind of cool. So looking at the Batmobile Adam West version and the new Batmobile, it's just a little bit interesting because this one also has the like engine pieces here, as does this one on the back of the new Batmobile, but the original Adam West Batmobile has a little bit more of moving parts to it. So nobody has seen the Batman, or just a very select few people have this new one, and it's a little difficult to say, oh, well, there's pieces on the new Batmobile that move and shift and blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of a difficult comparison, but again, I want to say this is about an 8 out of 10 for me. I always praise the LEGO build team. Their innovation is amazing. It's super cool that they have this vehicle available. The price point is only $29.99. So again, you can't be too disappointed or upset. But I just still feel like it's a little maybe on the cheap side as far as the design goes. But overall, I really do like it. I will probably love it even more once the movie comes out. I think it's incredibly difficult to design toys for a film that your design team maybe even hasn't seen yet. Maybe they have. I guess, it'd be kind of difficult to design this without seeing it, so maybe they're one of the select few who's seen the cut that's out right now. But if not, they did an amazing job with the information they were given. I just wish, of course, that this had a hinge on it so that he could get in and out without removing the piece entirely. And I wish that some of the pieces were maybe a little shinier, a little more special looking. I don't know. It's difficult to say. But ultimately, a very, very cool figure. Looking at them all together next to the Tumbler, the Adam West Batmobile, it's a very, very cool. It's going to look great in your collection, anybody's collection for that matter. Really stoked to get it on display in mine. And yeah, that is the new Batmobile.